The weekend's by-elections have opened a torrent of advice for Malcolm Turnbull on what messages voters were sending and how he should respond. Most of the suggestions centre on company tax cuts, whether to keep them or scrap them. But backbench eagerness to help the government didn't end there. Some are suggesting a large-scale reset of the Prime Minister's entire policy agenda. Here's political editor Andrew Probyn.
Very shortly, the former Prime Minister Tony Abbott in the studio.
Look what the by-elections brought in.
How are you, mate?
You are doomed for electoral oblivion at the next election.
When the voters send you a message, you've got to listen.
Everyone was listening. It's what the message was that's in dispute.
The message I take from these by-elections is that people want better hospitals, not bigger banks.
Bill Shorten's distillation of the weekend's by-election contest that saw Labor retain 4 out of the 4 seats it had temporarily lost from the citizenship crisis. What's worrying the Liberals most is the near 10-point plunge in support in the Queensland swing seat of Longman.
There's no sugarcoating this. We're disappointed with our primary vote in Longman.
Some in the coalition, including the LNP's Luke Howarth in the neighbouring seat of Petrie, say tax cuts for the top corporates should be axed. For now, the government's keeping them.
Well, that is our position.
Labor wants that to remain the case, knowing prime ministerial abandonment of the tax cuts would rob the opposition of its sharpest political attack.
How can he be Prime Minister of Australia if his signature economic policy is scrapped? Now, we oppose the policy, but we want the Australian people to throw out the policy at the next election.
If Mr Turnbull drops his corporate tax cuts for the big end of town, he should go with them.
I don't want to change the leader. I want to change the policy.
His prescription for electoral success?
Doing the right thing by power prices and getting out of Paris would make that possible.
And this old favourite.
Taking the pressure off our cities, and that means scaling back immigration.
It's a dangerous time for Malcolm Turnbull's agenda. The Queensland result in particular has alarmed his colleagues, and there'll be no shortage of them offering free advice and not always helpful. The Prime Minister must tread the line between listening and leading. Andrew Probyn, ABC News, Canberra.